Oh, my name is Shawzy,
My name's Shadow.
and as you could tell, it's so cringe, bro. The script's so cringe. Based on our appearance, we have some sort of value in GPO, and in
We're
this
kind of rich.
video, Shadow will be explaining the rest.
Well,
Nah,
okay.
just keep going, keep going, keep going, keep
No,
going,
no,
keep
the
going.
video would be explaining how we gained our value and how you yourself can learn trading values and trade your way up.
Stupid that nigga. All right, so essentially, I'm gonna start it off. The basis of value. So
I'm
in
supposed to start it off.
GPO, shut up. In GPO, there's something called, well, obviously, in every game, there's something called value, and identifying value and knowing what value is a really key asset to playing GPO. So, Chow's gonna go over that, and I'll be letting you guys in on some servers that I personally use to find some decent trades.
So the basis of value, what you're gonna be looking at is like leg chests and eyes. These items are you can hold multiple of them, and they are used as like platforms to trade. People will trade, for example, two eyes ads for P bag. I'm pretty sure that's what P bag's worth right now, and
Indeed.
it's pretty easy to comprehend the value of eyes and leg chests. Like for example, roughly 20 to 25 leg chests is I right now because I is rising. It's not set right now, and people do different trades for them, but it's a pretty set range, so you can kind of reference what's worth what. The easiest, like the smallest unit of value is going to be your leg chests, and then your higher unit of value is going to be like your all-seeing eyes. And you're going to use these to like kind of comprehend the value of certain items. For example, P bag is worth maybe two eyes, and then good ads depending on really what P bag's worth because the ads will fluctuate. CC is going to be roughly 4.5 to 5 eyes in value, and then PCC is going to be those like roughly 3 or 4 CCs, which is 4.5 to 5 eyes times 3 or 4, and just stuff like that. And that is basically how you will be looking at the value normally for certain items. For example, JFit, I'm pretty sure is I good ads or
All right,
two
we're not
eyes
telling them
roughly.
the fucking value of everything, nigga. Damn. But check it. So, with this first topic being the basis of value, things that really do stand out to you, especially with this update, our chests are so much easier to get, meaning that all seeing eye by default, up until people realize how accessible chests are, will continue to fluctuate, seeing as all it takes is one Suna user to grind for 2 hours straight to get really close to an all seeing eye because of the law farm. Ways to get chests are include but are not limited to
Um,
law farms, coliseum, and great kraken stacking. Great kraken stacking is honestly a great method for getting chest because if you end up pulling a Ope Venom, you could trade those for eyes or even higher. If on rare occasions, if you get Yuki, Magu, or Pika, those all range within the 1 to 2 chest range. So the basis of value in GPO are pretty much set in stone now. But on top of them being set in stone, there's so many opportunities for you to actually elevate yourself in this, especially seeing as new stuff are coming out in and out the game. For example, Kikoku, something that you could just drop from a law boss maybe once a month, once a week, if you're lucky, right? Something like that can help you honestly get to candy cane so much faster because it's worth like a soaking scarf. A soaking scarf is worth like almost a pea bag essentially.
um,
Flipping is our next point. Oh, so you got something to say?
yeah. Kikoku is not Sulking Scarf. Ope is. Just
All
letting
right.
that be clear. Ope ads is Sulking Scarf. Kikoku is not Sulking Scarf right now. It went down. It's JFit.
All right, cool. Flipping is our next basis in GPO trading. And flipping could take many forms, but honestly, it's easier shown than like said when it comes to flipping. And no, my trades aren't sus. My friends just let me borrow their all-seeing eyes because I traded my whole life fucking left nutsack for PCC. Cool, cool, alright, cool. So a prime example I have of flipping honestly dates back. We don't talk about this trade. It's an L now.
Yeah, I don't have
Dates
examples of
back
flipping.
to when I traded my soaking scarf for two. Wait, no, I've traded my friend's soaking scarf for two eyes. So he got two eyes. I think he traded it back down. We did a bunch of stuff. This is when I got my all seeing eye for 14 leg chest Q fan boss head. So I already had an all seeing eye on top of that, so it made my life honestly easier. So I traded two eyes for soaking scarf, world under, and some smaller ads, as you can see. Did Zushi method, and then chef. I lost the trade. Can't find it. But essentially, what I did was I made a roll them in profit. That's flipping. I traded the soaking scarf back down for two eyes, had two eyes, and I made a roll them in profit. Flipping is a great way to gain value if you know what you're doing. Flipping allows you to, let's say, shadow CC right here, right? If he trades it down for soaking scarf, P bag, all seeing eye, but trades it back for P bag and soaking scarf, he made an all seeing eye profit. All flipping does is allow you to walk away with profit whilst retaining your value.
Um,
So shadows will go over holds and value maybe.
Uh, well, so there. Well, I'm gonna add to what you were saying earlier, real quick. So basically, flipping is taking overpay offers and then taking those offers, like slight overpays or big overpays, depending on what you got. Really doesn't matter. Any sort of overpay, and then trading it. Taking that trade and then taking what you got out of that, taking less of what you got out of that, and doing an underpay for the same item. So you keep some of what you got for that overpay, meaning that you'll just gain value slowly. And this can be done in slow ways or super fast ways. And the way to really figure out how these work, normally you would flip in smaller increments, but when you find things that are, I like to call value dilemmas or like holes in the value system. It's when the community hasn't really decided an item's value, and it can really be used and abused to make a really, really big profit quickly. For example, like one big example was, I'm pretty sure SK Scarf dropped hard, and people had no idea what it was worth. So you could make a lot of
It
value
actually
off of
got
that,
inflated.
and then it went back up. So you could have made a bunch of value out of that. I actually myself did a bunch of flipping during that time and made, like, I'm pretty sure it was like an eye or so out of that. And then there are also like value dilemmas that happen when updates come out. For example, with flipping Hikoku, Venom, or Ope, those were three really, really big flipping items right at the start of the update, as people didn't know what they were worth. You could get really big overpays, or someone who was just trying to get a quick trade. For example, if you got Ope as soon as the update come out, people were offering multiple CCs for it. Or you could find people who were trading their Opes for like P-Bag JFit, because they were just trying to get something fast. And they were worried. It's really easy to abuse these types of things and make really a lot of value extremely quickly by abusing these like holes or dilemmas in the value system, as people don't know what they're worth because of either big fluctuations in value or items being new. So they're pretty easy to abuse, but the hardest part is finding them. Every item basically every single item, as soon as it comes out, doesn't have a set value. That's the easiest way to see them, because there's always a value dilemma every time that an item comes out. But it's
Not to
harder.
mention the value dilemma also happens every time full use types in update logs, to be honest.
Yeah,
Or
for
updates
example,
because
Kikoku spiked after he nerfed law farming. It's those types of
Ope
things.
dropped slightly when he nerfed attacked, even though it shouldn't have been able to do that.
Yeah,
But on to our next point. Trust in scams. This is something I've seen countless people go through when it comes to GPO, losing so much value because they decided to fall for a scam. Not even decided, they just fell for a scam that was not even worth falling for. I'm pretty sure the GPO Trade Up has a channel that pretty much enlightens you on common scams. These are obvious scams, and I'm just gonna be reading them off the GPO Trade Discord because these are just things that I feel like, even though they're stressed so much, people don't pay attention to them. One of the common scams is profile links. If anyone says they'll take your trade and send you a profile link, for the love of God himself, do not click on that profile link. That profile link essentially gives some cookie logs into your account, or if they say that they're gonna make you a character model. That is literally taking your Roblox cookies, sending it to them, and allowing them to do whatever you want with it. Another thing that you have to be very wary of is fake middleman scams. Fake middleman scams occur so often. I can't express how often that happens. Fake middleman scams are when people impersonate someone on this list, copy their bio, everything about them, copy their bio, mutual servers, try their absolute best to look like they're a middleman and take your items. Things you could do to avoid this, I can't stress this enough, is once you find a middleman, ask them to ping you middleman confirmations. This helps out so many people, so many people. Because all it does is it's for one, letting you know that you're not gonna get scammed off a middleman trade. Because you ping here, they ping you here, and you'll know exactly because no one else could type in here. So they ping you, and it's like, yo, I'm middlemaning for this guy. That's what's going on. Yada 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 yada. And also, don't give anyone your account. For the love of Christ Himself, do not give anyone your account. If you can't trust them, do not give them your account. It's not worth it at the end of the day. It's not worth all that hardship. Sometimes tears. I've seen people cry because they've lost like a pea back candy cane. And another scam you should really look out for is that candy cane for all seeing eye or pea back trade. So Shadow, let me trade you real quick, all right?
All right.
So let's say I want to offer for Shadow's candy cane. And let's say I offer him Ope Scramble, right? Put candy cane and then put a bunch of random stuff. I'll give them all back. Right? Just put like a sky blue katana, right? So let's say I'm spam accepting, I'm spam accepting, I'm spam accepting. He fills all these slots. Take out candy cane.
For example, I don't have enough items that he has because he has basically everything I have. Um, because well, we both have basically everything in the game. I can't fill this entirely, but people will fill it
But
down to the bottom
essentially, what they
and
will do,
take
yeah,
out the
they fill
item.
it down to the bottom, take out candy cane, and they'll ask you when you're accepting. Before you can scroll back up, they'll ask you what is your favorite fruit. What you want to do is keep your eyes locked on the prize, y'all. Eyes has to be locked on the prize. The game has implemented something that one helps out the average person by declining it if the game thinks it's a black market thing. So that's awesome on GPO's part, getting rid of some of the scam trades or
But
like
it
these
doesn't
scam
happen every
methods,
time. So you
but it does
really
not
have to
happen every
look.
time. Yeah.
Make sure every item is there before accepting, and then accept. Look again. Make sure everything that you're trading for is there. Because if they take something out while you have accepted, it will immediately unaccept it, and then you can recheck again.
Yeah. Another tool that I've used to gain value, and it's like the best thing in the world, in my opinion. Funk Nova's Discord. I cannot stress this enough. When I said trading bots earlier, I was being serious. Trading bots are essential, in my opinion, if you're trying to gain value. My Discord's lagging like a bitch right now, but we'll get through this.
I
But
personally
essentially,
don't
what you
use
could
them.
do is, I mean, don't trust them fully,
Yeah,
but I'd say definitely just put into consideration. This will give you a decent understanding of whether what you're gonna do is a W, L, or a fair trade.
um,
So
I don't use them because I know
let's say
values pretty well, but you can definitely
I
use these to
have
check unsure trades.
let's say I
If you
have a
don't know,
Suke, right? And someone offers me let's say a Marrow for my Suke. Mara, whatever the fuck. They offer you a Mara for your Suke. For one, this I won't trust it fully because it literally is. If I'm not mistaken, it's the community saying WL. I'm not sure if it's the trade bot but I'm pretty sure Funk had a trade bot in here that let you know if what you're gonna do is a WL based off a point system he developed, and a bunch of other people that knew the GPO thing. The trade bot develops with the community, so that's a good basis for whether you know what you're doing is WL. And lastly, I can't stress this enough: have fun. Make sure that you don't trade all your stuff for one item, and if you do, make sure you have a way to grind to get your items back. These methods for grinding include ship farm, krakens, Lucy farm, Dolphy farm, Law farm, Boss farms, anything. Maybe just flipping your item. So yeah. So I'm gonna end this video here. I'm not trying to drag this shit on too long. It's been 16 minutes of me just talking at you guys, trying to explain values to y'all. Not even explain values, explain trading in a nutshell. So I'll probably just do a tier list and then call it quits
But yeah,
later.
that will be his own separate video. I'm not doing a tier list, but these two discords that I'm showing right here will be linked in the description. Also, whenever you're trading in these in the channels, make sure that you send things that actually belong on the channel. Like, don't send Tori in the unobtainables channel because you can get warned and crap for that. I saw a bunch of people doing that. Just don't do it. Mods will warn you, and it'll progressively build up to a ban. So just don't. Make sure to use the GPO Discord, and then if you need to go sit in GPO Trade Hub, it's not very difficult. For W's and L's, you can go to the WL channel, or you can use Funknovalues or this Trading Insight server that I have linked in the description. These two will be linked in the description, and then the GPO Trade Hub can be found in the GPO server somewhere, which I believe is in one of these channels. I don't know. It's somewhere in here. It's like official server. Yeah, official hubs right here. So that's pretty much it. Don't do anything stupid. Make some value. All right. Goodbye.